Reed in for this broadcast. You're listening to Political Prisoner Radio, broadcasting every Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. I guess I should give some updated information. We broadcast on blacktalkradionetwork.com, and I heard from my website vendor today. Well, actually, I called in because I wanted to do some upgrades to the site to allow people to do podcasting and you know, just be the media that they want to see. That's part of the mission of the Black Talk Media Project, is to teach people how to use new media technology to become their own voices for the masses, okay? Because, again, we can't rely on the corporate state media to really talk about these issues from both sides. They're not fair and objective. They have one side, and that's the government side. So, and I think the Edward Snowden, Glenn Greenwald is fiasco that's going on in the media. Is really illustrating that point. But we also are going to be migrating towards the end of this year to a new platform. I have website design skills. And so, you know, I'm just really upset because this is a corporation. It's the Ning Corporation, and it started off as free. Then when they went to a pay format, I was like, well, you're making my work a lot easier, saving me time by, you know, putting all of this stuff together in a box. Yeah, I'll go ahead and you know, pay you for access to distribute my content. So now they are going to upgrade the platform to what they're calling Ning 3.0, and they're going to be charging more money and giving me less service, okay? Like, for example, the plan that I have now allows me to have up to 10,000 members. We got just a little over 4,700 members, registered members of the Black Talk Radio Network. And so once they force me to migrate to the new version, then I'm only, for the same money, I'm only allowed to have 1,000 members. So that's more money for less. And I'm not going to do that. And when I first started the Black Talk Radio Network, I started it with open source content management software, and I'm going back to that. It has really, I should say, they made a lot of advances in open source content management systems, and so we'll be migrating to that. But I've started to post to all the different audio blogs we have for all the programming that we are associated with the Black Talk Media Project. That is, as we have brought aboard new programming with individuals who are tied to organizations that's doing the work of the people. And so they all have individual podcast blogs. And so now I've set up broadcasting pages for the individual blogs, just in case a hacker hit the site or the site went down at a time when a show is supposed to be on, that people will have an alternative site that they can get to on the internet and listen to the program. And so we've done that for Political Prisoner Radio.blogspot.com. It has its own broadcast page, but we also have upgraded the way that people can tune in to the program. You can call in using a flash phone. It works like a regular phone, but it's web-based, and it doesn't charge you anything to call into the program. If you don't even want to speak, you can just listen. Okay, it does require, if you want to speak, to have headphones, but you know, if you just want to listen, you could use that. Of course, we have our audio stream, and now we, for this conferencing system that we're using now, you have iPhone apps and Google Play apps that work on Android. So I'm just really excited about that, although I am angry at the audacity of this corporation to try to hold me hostage and stick me up for more money. And I imagine some people will be forced to, but I got skills that I've accumulated over the years, and I will not be held hostage. I will not be extorted by this corporation. I used to support them because they made everything so easy, and they really don't bother you, or, you know, your site is your site. You're just purchasing, you're just leasing the software. So now I'm upset with them, but at the same time, as somebody said to me, don't look at it as, you know, you're sad to report, but look at it as you're glad to report that you will be having a new beginning. All right. So we started off with open source content management system, and we'll be going back to that. And I've already started looking at the different apps I could use to do what I want to do to allow people to upload videos, upload podcasts, which Ning got rid of. So yeah, I'm looking at it as a bright future for the state of independent black media. We are going to continue our mission. So I said I wanted to give some updates, but before I do that, I want to go on my little rant, because I'm very, I want to say upset. I want to say I'm angry that they locked up Tarek for this. This is bullshit. Okay, excuse my language, but it is. Did you just hear that music clip I shared with you? Immortal Technique. You can find it on YouTube. It's called Bin Laden. Okay. Everything, what was he saying in there about people's right to resist an occupation? All right. We know that the government lied, all right, about the reason for invading Iraq. You know, you're supposed to be going after the people who allegedly was behind 9/11 and the attacks on the Twin Towers, the attack on the other places in the United States. But why did you go to Iraq? You know, you said Al-Qaeda and bin Laden was in Afghanistan, but you jump off and go to Iraq, you know? So, you know, that's the question there. We know that the invasion violated international law. We know that it was illegal. It was actually unconstitutional because, you know, Congress hasn't declared war on a nation since World War II. All right. So Ron Paul talks a lot about all of these endless wars, unconstitutional wars, and things of that nature. All right. So how come Immortal Technique hasn't been brought up on charges for issuing propaganda telling people they had the right to resist? You know, how come what's his name, Eminem, hasn't been brought up on charges for saying somebody should assassinate the president? I'd rather see the president dead. It's never been said, but I set precedents. Okay, how come Yasin Bey, also known as Mos Def, isn't being brought up? Or that might have been Jada Kiss talking about bin Laden didn't blow up the towers. It was you. All right. How come? I mean, that can be construed as propaganda that is supporting terrorist organizations called Al-Qaeda, which, you know, this Immortal Technique said, you the one that started Al-Qaeda. And mighty funny that you can charge Tarek with trying to provide material support to Al-Qaeda, trying to link him to Al-Qaeda, but yet you funded Al-Qaeda and helped and used Al-Qaeda affiliated groups to overthrow the Libyan government. But yet you can fund and arm Al-Qaeda in Syria right now. Did y'all not see John McCain, a famous photo with a guy who allegedly belongs to an Al-Qaeda affiliated group that kidnapped some Muslim pilgrims? John McCain long been supporting terrorism and genocide. So you want to lock up Tarek because he says that the Iraqi people not only have the right, but they should resist? Well, damn it, I'm saying it too. What, you going to come after me now? I talk about it on Black Talk Radio News, about the police terrorism that exists in the black community. Like the Malcolm X grassroots movement puts out that report every 28 hours. It was every 36 hours. Now it's every 28 hours a black person, and that's just black people, are being killed by law enforcement officers, security guards, and George Zimmerman types, which took a massive grassroots media effort to get the mainstream media to even notice, which sparked grassroots movement to get him arrested because they was going to let him go. I talk about people in the black community and all oppressed communities' right to resist police violence and murder. So what? Am I committing a crime? That is what is at the heart of this case. And mighty funny, a white man can get on Yahoo News sites and write in comment sections all over the place, not just once, but a bunch of times, spamming these comment sections of these news sites saying somebody should kill Barack Obama, a sitting president. But then when he goes to court, it's ruled freedom of speech. I believe it was either the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals or the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. I think it is whatever the Court of Appeals that's based in California, Southern California, said that all he was doing was expressing his First Amendment rights. How many cops have we heard about joking about assassinating President Obama? And I'm not carrying President Obama's water, okay? He's a puppet for the oppressor. But mighty funny, these white people and cops at that can say things like assassinating President Obama. Matter of fact, I can't remember her name. I think her first name was Liz. I recall, you can find it on YouTube, a Fox News host, when they were talking about killing Osama bin Laden, but she said Obama. And then they corrected her, and then she said, well, him too. And they laugh and they joke, but they don't get brought up on no charges. Do you see the inherent racism involved in this case? He has done nothing more than what probably million or more people do every day, especially in the Tea Party movement. All these different talking heads say these things, Glenn Beck say these things, but I don't see you charging them with inciting insurrection. I mean, a couple of them even tweeted that there should be a revolution. This government needs to be overthrown. But these are white males. This case is a classic case of racism and white supremacy. And if you can't see that, then you are pretty dumb. You're pretty dumb, or you're blind, or you don't want to see, or you're a sucker for the state.